Hi all. Today I would like to talk a bit about the beginner's mind. In Zen Buddhism, this is known as Shoshin or Shoshin, the beginner's mind. When we talk about the beginner's mind, we tend to think of it in negative situations. In other words, we sometimes want to be experts in everything. But I think many times in this life, we are all beginners. And when we approach it that way, we can have a greater opportunity for learning and understanding. The beginner's mind is what we like to refer to as empty or full of possibilities. And it is from that perspective that we can truly embrace being open to our experiences in life and learning more. We have to think about it this way. If your mind is empty, it's always open to learning. And so from the perspective of being experts or beginners, I think the approach to a beginner's mind leaves us open to greater understanding and greater opportunities and developing our mindsets. Now we could say that if we were all experts, and this happens a lot in life, we tend to close a few doors. There are fewer opportunities in the expert's mind for being open to new things, new experiences, and new learnings. To know the state of emptiness as a beginner leaves much room for wisdom to grow. And that's exactly what we want in life. We want to basically cultivate the ground or our mindsets to allow growth to occur. In other words, we want to cultivate our mindsets to be a bit more empty so that we have room for learning new experiences, new concepts, and new ways of looking at the world and perceiving ourselves and the way we interact with the world. This brings us to a concept known as constancy. What is constancy? It's almost a type of fluidity or motion in which the mind is supple and ready to accept new things, new behaviors, new actions. Whereas if we are very rigid with our approach or our mindsets, we tend to close the doors on certain things. We tend to think we already know something, so we close those doors on the opportunities to learn more, to understand more, or to even delve deeper on topics we think we already know. The point is basically to be more open to observing things, to be more prepared and ready, willing, and able to accept whatever life throws at us in each minute, each moment, and each day of our lives. When we are supple and have more abilities to embrace or be open to the things that come our way, we are certainly open to expressing and understanding bit more about ourselves. The point is to be ready for observing things, for thinking on those things, to propel our mind into that fluid state in which we are able to learn, to accept, and to grasp more. I think when we can be more open and embrace more constancy in our life, we start to shape our journey to be open, to be present, to be more mindful, to be more heartfelt in our actions, our words, and our understanding, not only with ourselves, but with others. I always like to think when venturing into new territory, there is no room for rigidity. We need to be open. We need to be supple and flow with the new territory. We need to be able to adapt to whatever this new territory, these new areas in our life that we may be pursuing or seeking out, throw at us. I think it's a more fluid way of living. And when we can be more open-minded and more supple to new concepts, new ideas, the shapes and shifting of our ideas and our mindsets, we begin down that path and we no longer are necessarily beginners. Yes, we have a beginner's mind, but we start to walk that path and we're more understanding of what we are learning along the path. I always like to think there really is no room when taking on new things in your life for rigidity. There is only flexibility and suppleness of the mind, and that allows us to walk down the path with a greater understanding. And with a greater understanding, we start to understand ourselves more internally. And with that, we become more open. And look, being open in this life, I think, is one of the greatest strengths, one of the greatest attributes we can teach ourselves. So learn today to be a little more open. Have that beginner's mind, learn something new, and take those steps in your life. As always, peace and love, Jim.